Hello. Today I am making a short, quick video. I don't want to make this too long, but this is on the subject that a couple of you have been texting me and asking me, Oliver, how exactly does the whole onboarding process look like? What are the exact small steps, like the order of stuff, if you want, of what I'm supposed to be doing once I sign a client? So today I will be explaining to you exactly how I do it and how I teach it to the people that I'm mentoring. All right. So obviously first we want to start with the outreach. I'm not going to go in details on this. I've made a bunch of videos. Okay, you do your outreach, you book meetings, and then you close the meetings. Okay, I'm going to assume that you just close the meeting, you're on the Zoom call with them, and then you're asking me, Oliver, what are the next steps? What do I do now? All right. So depending on what exactly you guys agreed upon on that call, you're either going to send them the Stripe link. In a ideal, perfect world, you send it on the call, and on the call, he pays on the spot. Right? If they're able to do that, then you know they're actually fully committed, and there's less chances of them backing out. Right? But it's not always going to be possible. I don't want you guys to kind of push and pressure people to doing this. That's what I typically do. You know, I would say like, all right, perfect. If you're ready to start, I'm just going to send you the invoice. And essentially, as soon as I get that back, I'll just be explaining the next couple of steps of what's going to look like to work together. All right, you kind of just like, you make it seem like, look, I need it, and then right away we can start working together. All right, so depending on how the situation is, you can go for the Stripe, right? After in the meeting, you want to explain to them that, look, I'm going to send you an onboarding form. In this form, there's going to be a bunch of questions that will help me with the service delivery. Right, these questions are going to be like your basic stuff, you know, name, to what email do we send the leads, to what phone number do we send the leads, can we get creative, pictures like that, what services do you want us to advertise, what location do you want us to target, you know, just the basic stuff that you need. Okay, I do have I'll get to that later. So you need the onboarding form as well as a contract. Okay, what I was going to say is that these two things, you can find templates online. I have my own, like obviously people who are in the mentorship program, module 4, here, how to onboard client, I think, yeah. So here I would give them the form in the contract. So these are the really only two things that you would need. And also to send the contract, use PandaDoc, right? With PandaDoc, I'll just show you guys instead of rambling on. Look, there's basically like a couple of plans. I know you guys don't like to spend money, so I'm trying to help you guys out. If you use your like your domain email, like the one who does not, like the email that doesn't finish with Gmail, you're gonna have to pay for it, right? There is like a 2-week free trial, so you can kind of get away with it for your first client, but afterwards you'll have to pay for it. Which, I mean, it's $20, you know, it's not that bad. But if you use your Gmail account, you can get the free version of it. Okay, so that's a little quick tip on how to save $20 if you guys are wanted that. But I mean, yeah, that's what I use for my contract. So I use PandaDoc, and yeah, in the contract here, I have the contracts, you can find some online. I have my own. It's something I've used all the time. And I've also had a professional lawyer go over the contract, and I got the okay from him, so I know my contract is good. But yeah, so send the Stripe, send the onboarding form. Onboarding form contains all the information that you would need from the client. So as I mentioned earlier, previous examples, it depends what your service delivery is exactly. So I can't tell you exactly what it would be for you. But yeah, and the contract. Okay, you tell them, look, I need a contract in order to start working on your campaigns. This shows me that you're committed and that we're ready to start to work together. So you send that and make it feel like I need it like today, not today, but like ASAP. All right, you don't want to tell them like, yeah, take your time, read over it, and whenever you're ready, just send it back to me. Right, you want to kind of create some sense of urgency, all right, to actually see if they're committed or not. After you send that, you're going to start preparing the service delivery. What I tell people typically to do, all right, ideally 1 week is kind of long, but if you're just starting out and this is your first client, give yourself at least a week. All right, don't feel too pressured. I know like many YouTubers, they say like, oh, the shorter the onboarding, the better the onboarding process is, the better it's going to be for the client, which is very true. But when it's your first client and you're kind of still trying to figure things out, it's kind of unrealistic to think that you can have everything prepared in 2 days, right? So give yourself a week, right? What I tell people is like, look, once you close the deal, you tell them these 3 things, right? And then you say, all right, perfect. Let's book an onboarding call 1 week from today. And on that call, I'll show you all of the creatives, the ads, the landing pages that I've created for you. And then from there, we can kind of we can launch the ads once you give me the okay. Okay, so do it for 1 week. And very important, you actually book it on the call, right? So yeah, during that week, this is where you're going to prepare service delivery. Okay, obviously, like I have it written down here, so you know more or less what to do, but this is a lot more complex than just 5 little squares, all right? Creatives. Okay, you're going to be asking them for pictures. You want to use nice pictures from your clients. I've had some clients who had sort of like videos, like promotional videos, which is absolutely amazing. If you can get videos in your Facebook ads or Google ads, when I say Google ads in the landing page, that can be really, really, really good. Okay, so you get their creatives, make sure they have nice pictures. And guys, don't be scared. Like if the pictures aren't that nice, because it happens sometimes, and the clients will send you something and it's, it's kind of okay. Don't be afraid to kind of use like royalty-free music pictures. All right, you can use what's it called? I think it's called. I don't know what it's called. I'll put a link in my in the description if I remember. But there's like a Unsplash. That's what it's called, Unsplash. Right, if you go on that website, there's a bunch of creatives that you can use. But yeah, this is extremely important, especially if you're doing Facebook ads. Okay, you cannot neglect this. Right, look at what I tell people typically when they ask me, Oliver, like, how do I make the copy? How do I make the pictures? Best thing to do, okay, you go online, you find case studies from other agencies who have ran ads for your specific niche. Okay, I'm not saying copy them. I'm saying use them as inspiration. Right, once you have them. Right, so if you see the person did like a before and after for a builder, like a home renovation company, then hey, maybe I can do the same thing. I can ask my clients for before and after pictures. Okay, so kind of use inspiration from what already worked. There's no point of reinventing the wheel, as the expression would go. You see what worked and you kind of try to do something similar for your client. And same thing with the copy. All right, my favorite kind of style of copy, what I've learned from people who taught me how to write copy, is to kind of do a sort of storytelling type copy. All right, you don't want to make it seem like it's an ad when they read it. You want to kind of have a story behind the advertisement. And this again is more so for Facebook ads. For Google, it's slightly different, but the copy, make sure the copy is done, whether it be for Facebook or in the landing pages. Yeah. In here, you'll create templates. All right, and when I say templates, I wrote it twice. I think I meant to write landing page. Yeah, that's why I got kind of confused as I was explaining it. Landing page. So yeah, afterwards you'll create the landing page if it's needed. It really depends on what you're doing and what the client wants as a service. But if you have to make the landing page, you create the landing page as well. Okay, this can all be done on the Go High level. Afterwards, you want to create templates. Now, when I say templates, I mean variations of the ads that you've created. Right? So if you run Facebook ads, make them like 3 to the more the better. Right? So like 5 variations of creatives. So maybe 2 before and afters, 2 where it's like just super nice kitchens, and then 1 can be more sort of like a about us, like a picture of the whole company side by side, like a big group of people, like different types of creatives. Don't do the same thing 5 times, then it's basically the same template. All right. And yeah, and same thing with the copy. Okay, you want to have 5 variations of the copy. The more the better. Okay, because sometimes the clients are not gonna like certain templates, or sometimes you'll start running the ads and you'll see that this template doesn't really perform very well, so you'll have to switch it. All right, so you need that variations. It's very important. And yeah, if you're using UpHex, all right, I've mentioned it in the past. I realized that not many people are super familiar with it. I thought it was something that most people use. So I will put a link in the description to the software. It's basically like an add-on to Go High Level. There's a bunch of videos on it. I can make a video on it if you guys want. But essentially those templates, so those like the creatives with the copy for Facebook ads, you can upload them on UpHex, integrate it into Go High Level, and it makes your life 100 times easier when it comes to running the Facebook ads. right? So that's what I recommend everyone in the program to do. It's so much easier. You don't even need a media buyer, to be honest with you. And yeah, okay, so that's what I would do. And also, when I say go high level setup, if the client says, I don't have a team to follow up with the leads, I want a automatic SMS to be sent to every single lead, this obviously would be, you know, slightly discussed in a closed deal, and as well as in the onboarding form, right? You would ask questions on that. Then you would have to set up the automations as well. Okay, automations are a bit complex. I can't really teach you how to do it because it depends of what the client wants and how you're doing your things. But there's so many videos out there on YouTube that can kind of explain to you how to do it. So just find out what you have to do and then go on YouTube and find how to do it, right? It's not that complicated. And yeah, that is more or less what has to be done during the preparation phase. Okay, there's probably going to be a bit more stuff. As you do it, you'll realize that, okay, fuck, I have to prepare this. What I like to do is make a bunch of looms for my clients, right? Hey, this is what the ads are going to look like, this, blah, blah, blah. You can click here. When someone clicks, these are the text messages that are going to be sent, you know, just to kind of get them prepared and understand what I'm doing, right? So it's a lot easier to explain if you just show them what it's like. And yeah, once you get on the onboarding call, you will essentially review the templates with them. So you'll show them the creatives. You'll get their feedback on it. Most of the time, people are, you know, pretty happy with your first draft if you do a good job, obviously. Some clients are a bit more picky. They'll say like, I don't like this picture, I want to use this picture instead, which is perfectly fine. I mean, it's their picture, it's their company, all right? So don't get pissed at them because they don't like your ads. That is the whole point of this call, all right? Is to kind of review everything and make sure that both parties, like you and the client, are very happy with what you're going to be doing. If you have to do some modifications, you do them, and then you can send them by email, or you can even book another onboarding call if it's like that serious that you need to talk about it again, right? Most of the time the client will say like, I love it, it's really good, it's just this picture, I'm not a huge fan of it, can we use this picture instead? You're like, yeah, perfectly fine, I'll do it. You switch it, you send them an email, is this good? And you should be like, yeah, perfect. Okay, and then from there you can launch the ads. Okay, and yeah, from there it's you're essentially done with the whole onboarding process, and the ads are launched. All right, obviously here there's a lot more steps to be done, but this is like the onboarding phase if you want. Okay, so I hope this kind of helps you guys stay a bit more organized when it comes to onboarding clients. It's not really complicated, right? You just have to stay organized and kind of prepare in advance. Know in advance that like, okay, if I close this meeting, this is what I have to be sent. I have to send this, I need this information to make it work. And I need the contract, you know, prepared for, you know, whenever. You can even prepare the contract in advance. That's what I typically do. I'll prepare everything, like in our template. Like we'll use the template here, and in the template, it's like the only thing you'll have to change is the pricing, you know, because you might have to negotiate on the price as you're working on the business, in the meeting. Sorry, but other than that, like you can prepare, I'd say 90% of everything for the client. Okay, so prepare everything. Work on the creatives for a week. As you get better, you're going to reduce this. All right, ideally, you can do this in a couple of days. Have the onboarding call. Make sure the client's super happy. You launch the ads using Go High Level and UpHex if you're doing Facebook ads. And yeah, from there, you just, you know, it's service delivery from there. So it's a bit, it's a different subject. But yeah, this is pretty much sums up the entire thing for the onboarding process. All right, so I hope this video was useful. As usual, if you guys have any questions, just send me a message on Instagram. I'll help you guys out. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. I hope this was good, and see you on the next one. Bye.